arise. And this is where AI's or AI technology, which is being developed by other people, will have a issue in law. That is where we'll be talking about. And the other thing that we'll be focusing more upon would be how AI can be used in the field of law. So these two will be the places where we'll be talking about. If you remember this AI debate, how it started in our country, Justice Bobde, who was CJI before, I believe, Justice Chandrachud, or just before him, he was talking about AI when he said a futuristic judiciary is not an impossible dream now. The assistive tools must give us the information necessary to arrive at a correct decision in the case according to the demands of law, justice, and constitution. But we will not allow it to tell us what to decide. Where we rely upon judicial technology to aid a judicial decision, it must be subject to the final consideration of a human. So, Justice Bobde, when he was talking about AI, he was very hopeful about integration of artificial intelligence and assistive tools into the judicial system, but he has his own apprehensions about it. His say was that final decision should be taken by the human. But when you see a traffic challan that is arriving to you by a text message because your car was over speeding on a certain highway, and that particular reading was taken in by a automatic license plate reader that is installed by the uh, Ministry of Roadways or road transport officers. So here what is happening, a punitive action, or I would say a fees or a fine is being collected from you guys on the basis of a decision which is being made by artificial intelligence technology. The license plate reader is actually artificial based, and you must have seen cameras that have been installed at various toll stations and various highways which are actually uh, able to give a challan or put a challan out for you. So here you will understand that in certain systems we will see AI taking complete decisions, but Justice Bobde, where he was talking about judicial decision making, he was talking about having an oversight of human over it. In the same way, you will see that in USA, a state judicial judge was like a state judicial system was using the artificial intelligence based software to determine the status of parole applications. Do you know what is parole? In if anybody in this like do in an like everybody must know about parole, and if somebody has a problem, then parole is basically in Indian or US system, you have a system of a bail after conviction where you can apply for certain activities or health crisis or something else for parole, and parole can be given to you. In US, it's a little harder to get a parole, as after Clinton, it is essential for criminal or convicted criminal to go two-third of his sentence, and then only he can apply for parole. So in USA, when you see USA has a large amount of population of people which is languishing in jail. You say 20% of the total criminals in jail are actually in US prisons. So when this particular application was used for uh, defining what candidate should be given a parole or not, the result seen was very heartbreaking, because all the applications that were rejected by the software belong to the candidates of minorities or Afro American communities. So in this way, you will see when the AI is being employed to make many judicial decisions, but the judicial decisions which the AI is applying is very, I would say, controversial. In the same way, there is a system called predictive policing. Do you know about predictive policing? This particular systems are being developed in India as well and outside India as well. US was taking this first thing into account, and New York Police Department and Los Angeles Police Departments, they employed these systems, these predictive policing systems like Predpol, like RTMS, like Hunch Lab, for predicting the crime in the area and who can commit that crime, where the can get committed, what time the crime can get committed, and what kind of crime can get committed. So all this modeling was done by these softwares. So these softwares would predict about certain people who would be susceptible to commit a crime, or who are in the known people of the criminal. In that regard, now you will see, if you will go by the recent reports in US newspapers, you will find this that Los Angeles Police Department has discontinued these programs, but because they were not bearing good results. But in the same way, you will see in India, uh, Delhi police and other polices like Tamil Nadu police are using the similar kinds of programs for uh, determining where or predicting where the crimes can happen in Delhi. Particularly, the Delhi system is using certain data sets to predict where the crime against women, especially crime like chain snatching, crime like eve teasing, and crime, sexual crimes, where they can happen, and in that way they are trying to predict those crime and then reduce the crime as well. So AI is also being used by police departments and judicial systems as well. In regard to private spaces, you will also see AI being used to define perform certain tasks. But in private spaces, we will not be going that much because our focus is upon judicial task performing as an academician or as a judge or a lawyer. So then, what uh, is this? How the AI is transforming the legal space? This is first we will be looking. First thing is that when you see AI, it is depend. It is talking about CMLR. There is this particular models that are being developed for for the purpose of legal reasoning. These are called computational models for legal reasoning, and these models, when will be